So currently at Manchester United, we have what I would call a right centre-back situation. Raphael Varane is massively out of favour with Erik ten Hag for tactical reasons, and whilst Harry Maguire has been incredible recently, one of Manchester United's best players, we still know that Erik ten Hag isn't a massive fan, particularly against sides that press United high up the pitch, and also when we consider that he actually wanted to sell Maguire last summer, meaning United need a new right-sided centre-back. And the obvious solution to that seems to be Todibo of Nice. Of course, Ratcliffe, Nice, it all kind of adds up. So let's take a look at how good Todibo is and what he would bring to the side.
So before we continue into the video, a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, JerseyFifa.com, the home of all of the greatest football kits. Whether that be the new latest releases or the old classic ones like this, Jersey FIFA has something for everyone, and now you can check it out yourself using the link in the description down below. And also make sure to use code JerseyFifa for 10% off when you order.
So the first box which Todibo ticks is his ability on the ball. He is extremely comfortable with the ball under pressure. If we compare that to someone like Raphael Varane isn't the most technical. We saw it against Copenhagen last week. It does cost United here and there. As for Maguire, I think he's really good on the ball, but put him under pressure and he does struggle. Maguire isn't very good in those positions. Todibo, however, does not have the same problem. He is absolutely brilliant on the ball when under pressure, and he's an excellent press-resistant centre-back. When the players in front of him, players are pressing, he is excellent at drawing this player in and then beating his man, using a combination of quick footwork, but also his size, his physicality to hold off the opposition to stride with the ball forward. He's also very capable of carrying the ball further forward into the middle third, even all the way to the final third on occasion. Todibo is also really suited to a rotation which Ten Hag likes, which is when one of the centre-backs steps into midfield. So sometimes the ball will be of Onana here, the ball will go wide to the fullback, then we'll see a centre-back stepping forward to make room for someone else. Now again, Harry Maguire, not very good at receiving the ball in this area. Raphael Varane, not very good at receiving the ball in this area. Todibo, whilst not elite, he's not Lisandro Martinez, he's not John Stones, he's not Jurrien Timber, he is still very technical and good at receiving in these areas, so he ticks that box as well. And it largely comes down to the fact that he's very good at carrying the ball forward and he's a very good dribbler for a centre-back. And we can see that in his FB Ref rankings here. Take-ons attempted, the 90th percentile. Successful take-ons, the 93rd percentile. Carries, the 97th. Total carrying distance, the 97th. And progressive carrying distance, the 96th percentile. So this is a player in Todibo who is very, very good at picking the ball up and then striding forward. Of course, it's also important to play in an Erik ten Hag side that you can, pass the ball. And again, this is something which Todibo is more than used to doing. Ranking in the high 90 percentiles for touches on the ball, this is a player who is comfortable in possession. He is a high volume player. Always getting on the ball. Nice see a lot of possession in their games, meaning Todibo is used to having the ball in these positions and keeping the ball for his side. He's a very, very good passer of the ball. Whether that's keeping it kind of short and simple, moving the ball to his teammates around him, or progressive through the lines, or even the big switch to the left-hand side. Now, this is something I really like about Todibo, because if we're talking about Maguire playing well at the moment, something he's done excellently is switch the ball out either to Marcus Rashford or Alejandro Garnacho. So the fact that Todibo could come in and do something similar, not quite to the same standard, but still very well, would definitely be a big, big bonus for Todibo as a signing. Another pass which Todibo likes, as well as this switch to the other side, is also a long ball over the top into this sort of channel here. Particularly if the right winger is going to come towards the ball, drag a left back, and then you've got a striker which wants to spin into a channel, which, I would like to see more from Rasmus Højlund. Todibo is very good at hoiking a ball into this sort of position, into the channel for someone to run onto. So I think he would be a big boost in that way. And in terms of if we're talking about Todibo being an upgrade on Maguire and Raphael Varane, in possession, he is certainly that. First of all, unlike the other two, he is press resistant. He's very good with the ball in these areas. He's good at adjusting the ball to move forward. He's good at striding forward through the pitch, carrying the ball. He's good at passing forward through the lines with progressive passing. He can switch the ball to the other side and also play the ball over the top. The only thing I would like to see really improve with him on the ball is his subtle manipulation of the ball to open up a passing angle. So, for example, when someone is here and pressing Lisandro Martinez or cutting the passing lane to Casemiro from Lisandro Martinez is very good at quickly rolling the ball under his foot and just adjusting the situation. So he'll put the ball onto his left foot so the player comes across like this to press. He's very good at quickly manipulating it to the other foot and then playing it into Casemiro. Lisandro Martinez is brilliant at it. No other United centre-back does it very well. Todibo is okay at manipulating the ball, but it's an area where I would like to see him go to the next level, although of course he is still just 23, so there's plenty of room for development. There's also of course time and room for Todibo to improve from a defensive point of view. However, he is already excellent, very physical, very strong, very aggressive, very, very athletic. The exact profile we were talking about on stream the other day, but particularly very aggressive. He likes to get involved and make tackles basically. He's strong, he's on the front foot and likes to be aggressive in the tackle. But particularly out wide is where he really stands out amongst other centre-backs in Europe. For me, he is one of the best wide defenders in terms of centre-backs currently in Europe's top 5 leagues. I think he is absolutely brilliant when, let's say, his right back gets caught high. The ball's going to come into the channel either for a winger or a striker. Todibo is unbelievably good at getting wide into these positions. From here, he gets himself nice and low, giving himself more turning ability, good agility. But for me, it's the fact that physically, athletically, he is so quick and he's got such a good stride length that he just eats this ground up for breakfast. Lisandro Martinez does not do that. Rafael Varane used to be able to do that, but doesn't do it really anymore. Maguire cannot do that. Victor Lindelof cannot do that. Todibo is a freak of a profile in that way. And he's so tall, so strong, but so quick across the ground. And then once in these positions, he's an excellent technical defender. If we go back to his FB Ref report, these numbers are so impressive. Tackles, 95th percentile. But I'm interested in lower down. Dribblers tackled, the 93rd percentile. Dribblers challenged, the 85th percentile. And percentage of dribblers tackled, the 85th percentile. This is, in terms of a wide defender, a truly elite player. And it's something which United are completely lacking. Now, in terms of question marks over Todibo defensively, it would be about his ability in the air, perhaps. Although I think he has improved in that area, it would be a slight concern. He's a big, powerful guy, but he doesn't exactly dominate in the air, which would maybe be concerning next to someone like Martinez. And the other thing would just be purely temperament. We know that Lisandro Martinez is a player which likes to be aggressive. Todibo likes to do the same. So does he have the calmness and the ability to defend on the last line and also box defense on a regular basis? Does he have that ability to, keep calm, keep his composure, read the situation and deal with it on a regular basis at the top level? That's where I'm yet to be entirely convinced. So we can see with Todibo that he isn't perfect, right? Like any footballer, he certainly has his flaws. However, defensively, again, he is an upgrade on Varane and Harry Maguire, purely because of the amount of ground which he covers. It's a profile which United really lack. And this could certainly help United tactically play the way which Ten Hag wants to. So we could see Todibo being a good wide defender but also a good ball carrier, building on the right-hand side of a back three. It would allow Lisandro Martinez, for the first time really at United, to play as the middle centre-back in a three, which is how he was used at Ajax, perhaps with Shaw defending on the other side, something like this. It's going to help United in possession, because Todibo can be press resistant, he can carry the ball forward, but also, as the ball comes wide from a defensive point of view, he's more than capable in these areas. It would also allow potentially United to improve their press. Something I often go on about is United not connecting a fullback, and I think it's because Ten Hag doesn't trust the centre-backs. However, with Todibo, you could, for example, keep Shaw deep, but move Rasmus Højlund up like this, Bruno Fernandes up. Sorry, I've done that the wrong way. We could have Højlund here, Anthony go up like this, Dalot go up like this, Todibo's going to come deal with the wide area, and United then go man for man in midfield. If they were to make other signings, Todibo could really allow United to connect the press, again because of his athleticism and his physicality. So for those reasons, I genuinely think he'd be a really good signing. I do just quickly want to go over to Want Video Analyzer Pro though, to look at his wide defending, because again for me, this is what makes him stand out. I think he's got a lot of really good traits, but it's this area where I just think he's insanely good. So we've got him here, and the ball's going to be put into the channel, and he just gets across so effortlessly, puts the shoulder in, leans on a defender, puts him to the floor, and wins the ball for his side. And we've seen it time and time again. This is last season. Again, the ball's going into the channel. Todibo's going to race across. He just puts the shoulder in. And again, the forward ends up on the floor. It's a pretty common occurrence. We've got it again here. This time we're talking about defending and dealing with a large space. Again, something that the current United defenders can't do. They're not the profile to do it. Todibo, once again, races across, gets over, puts a shoulder in, puts a man to the floor to win the ball for his side. And it's just something he does on such a regular basis. When his right back gets drawn out, he is unbelievably good at covering these positions, reading the situation, and getting across and making the challenge. So again, it's another reason why I think he would be an absolutely brilliant signing. Now, is he literally perfect? No. I do have a couple of question marks. One being that ability to manipulate the ball in possession, to pass forward and break a low block. I think that's something he can work on. But defensively, in the air I need to see more from him. He doesn't use his arms very well to jump, which would be a problem in the Premier League. There's a lot of big strikers. Todibo not using his arms and protecting himself as he jumps would be a concern. And the other thing would be temperament next to Lisandro Martinez. Is he the sort of calm head, or can he become the calm head that United need? Not too sure. We'd have to wait and see in the future. Tactically, though, there's a lot to like here. He would allow United to press in a much more aggressive manner because he can cover so much ground. Currently, you can't press too high and leave space because Maguire or Lisandro Martinez can't cover the space, whereas Todibo can. So he's definitely an upgrade in that department. On the ball, we've seen that he's press resistant, allowing United to play out from the back more comfortably. He can progress the ball, he can switch to play. There is a lot to like here. Is he the finished article? No. Will we revisit this in January if he signs for the club? Absolutely. I do think at the moment a signing is probably quite likely, so I'm going to be watching him very, very closely over the next couple of months. So I will be bringing you a more in-depth video soon, so subscribe with notifications on for that. But apart from that, let me know what you think, basically. What do you think of Todibo? Have you watched him? What are your concerns? What do you like? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.